Midnight comes calling.
We have a delivery for Daryl, the Northern Vinyl guy. Is he home? Oh.
Good afternoon, vinyl community, music community, family community, food community, the whole community that the Vinyl Lounge loves. Welcome to another nice little video. And this one is a contest entry for the Northern Vinyl guy, aka Daryl. You know, the one that lives way up north, way up there with the polar bears, the seals, the penguins. And yes, we tried to deliver the vinyl, Daryl, but we didn't make it there. Snowmobile broke down. So, hey, listen, when it's cold like that, I don't care what time it is, you pull out this beauty right here, a balloon, and you pour a little one. And you know what? If you want good vibes with that, well, you light up a little incense. The woody scented one. Oh yeah, this was a gift from my friend, Anthony Gambler. This is the second stick that we burned. So I'm gonna have this, smoke up the house right here. Cheers, everyone. So this is a contest entry. So Daryl is celebrating 1 year in the vinyl community, which is amazing. Oh, this is delicious. Thank you. So he's got 9 questions. 9 questions that I'll try to read out of my book that I wrote with my handwriting that I can't even read because I don't write anymore. You know how lazy we got. It's all texting and emails. And then we forgot that we had a handwriting back in the days in school. So let me start it off right now. So like I said, contest entry. The first question here, or the first option, is share a lyric that has a unique, unusual, or strange word in it. Well, you guys all remember this. A lot of people that I learned recently hate Sting's voice. They can't stand it. Well, I got news for you. I can stand it, and I love it. So it's a lyric on Synchronicity, one of my favorite albums of the 80s, obviously, with songs that made me dance, slow dance, and have a good time. So, and by the way, did you know that I can't do it now, but if you looked through your Synchronicity album, if you have one at home, if it is purple, you have an OG copy, baby. Oh, yeah. So I can't show you that here. That'll be for some time, another time. So I think the word that I found here, and you might think I'm illiterate or, not educated, but I was reading lyrics throughout this whole album, all the songs on this album. Listen, Synchronicity 1, Walking in Your Footsteps, oh my God. You have Mother, you have Every Breath You Take, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger, Tea in the Sarah, With You. So, hey, but the word that I found here is in Wrapped Around Your Finger, and it is Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles. So it says here, Mephistopheles, so it's I'll be wrapped around your finger, and it starts, Mephistopheles is not your name. So it might not be a word, it's a name, and it is the name of, I'm going to tell you right now because I had to look it up. It's a German folklore it's from German folklore, and it's coming from the Mephisto demon. So it is a story. There's a story behind this word and name here. So it is Mephistopheles, Mphistopheles. You probably all knew that. I didn't. So that got me. And that's the word for the first question. This might be a long video. God damn, Olivia, you talk a lot. But hopefully you hang here. Hang around. More good stuff coming. Second, show a vinyl record pressing not from your country. My country is Canada. We usually buy albums here secondhand, in my case, 95% of the time, and they are still Canadian pressing. I have a few European American, but one of my favorite bands, and I will have a story about this band, me going to a show to see them, and I can't tell you the rest. It is Cinderella. This album right here, Night Songs, that I know a lot of you really appreciate. These guys, hair metal days, were one of my favorite and still are. So that means a lot. And I pulled it out because I bought this in the parking of Fairview Point Claire down here in the West Island. So if you look at this side here, it says Lado A. Lado means side. De que lado te vas? What side are you going to? So lado A, lado B. And if you look, Canciones Nocturnas, Sacudeme, El Punto de Nadie, Nada por Nada, Una Vez en la Avención. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a Mexican release of Cinderella Night Songs. I was blown away. I did not even know. So I get home and I'm like, God damn, what's going on? And it's pretty cool. México, producto hecho en México, distribuido por Polygram. So hey, that's it. That's my pressing from out of my country. Mexicanos, muchas gracias para todos. Mucho amor. Sí, hablo español un poquito, ¿entiendes? Moving on. Question number 3. If you are from Canada, show an album from a province that borders your province. So if you're, and then if you're from the States, you try to do the same. And then if you're in Europe or the States, you look for another state. But I'm in Canada, and obviously, not obviously, but I will go with Ontario. Because this band, this band here was the first ever kind of big show I saw, and I was barely 16. I went to Jarry Park, right here, I would say northeast of Montreal, and there was a festival. And I'm just going to give you a lineup of this festival very quickly because it's pretty crazy. 10-day festival. It was called Music Fest, 10 days. It started August 22nd, 1986, if I recall, and to September 1st. So that's about 10 days, yeah. So you had the lineup, Glass Tiger, Nick Taylor, Blue Monkeys, Fine Young Cannibals, Huey Lewis and the News, UB40, James Brown, Neville Brothers, Elton John, El DeBarge, Miami Sound Machine, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Frank Marino, The Box, Eurythmics, Patti LaBelle, Jermaine Jackson, and that's only a few. And then obviously, so the day I went for 2 days. The day that I saw this band, they were all dressed in pink, blonde hair up to here, suits, pink suit. And I was like, oh my God, this is so freaking good. And it was the same day as The Box. You remember The Box, Canadian band. I'm talking about these guys right here. Platinum Blonde from Toronto, Ontario. Yes, they were, the band formed in Toronto. Let me get the year here. When did they form? I think it was 1983 or 1982. So no, not 1983. Yes, 1982. And in 1983, guess what? In the West Island, one of their first shows, actually their first ever show in Montreal, they went to the Maples here in the West Island. It was a hotel venue, bar on the lake. Amazing spot. If you want to know more about it, I'll put a link below to Endangered Stories. One of my neighbors and friends here, Jason Bolanis, talks about it all the time. He's a historian for the West Island, and it's pretty crazy. So I'll put the link to the video of the Maple. So Platinum Blonde shows up there. You know how many people showed up to see them? 6. 6 people showed up to see them. And that was it. So, but this band they were like the Beatles of Canada. The girls following them around across Canada to see every show, get autographs, pictures with them, forget about it. Platinum Blonde, that's my story. Boom! Moving on. Pretty long, huh? Sorry about that. Show music item or paraphernalia from your collection. So it's pretty easy. Well, it's not easy. I have a few things, but I'm going to show you the one that you often see right up here. And it is from a guy... I haven't fixed it yet. I haven't tried to log into it. It's a speaker, an Elvis speaker. Elvis Presley, that I absolutely love, that a lot of you love, including Anthony Gambler, who has one crazy collection of Elvis albums. So there you are. The blue suede shoes. Yeah. Moving on. Number 5. Show an 80s album show an 80s album. That's it, that's all. So I will show you one album from the 80s. It is a band that I saw a year and a half ago with Katie. Place Bell in Laval, which is a smaller version of the Bell Center, where the sound is absolutely amazing and all seats are incredible. If you are able to see a venue there, you must go. And this is 1984, which was an incredible year. I could have shown you so many artists, but these guys are right up there for me. Yeah, on this album, listen, I'm just gonna give you a few songs. Shout, The Working Hour, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Mother's Talk, I Believe, Broken, Head Over Heels, and Listen. And listen to me, this, if you don't have this in your collection, which I really, really doubt, then you have a problem. Well, you don't have a problem. You're missing out on something. Boom, moving on. Discuss a struggle collecting or being a collector of vinyl music. So Daryl's problem is he lives up north, and it's very tough for him to get his orders or to even find stuff that won't cost him a fortune. Stuff, when I say stuff, it's vinyl music. So I hear the struggle. One of the struggles here, in my case, for example, in Montreal, in the West Island, as you see, every time I step out of the house, too much access to it. It's everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's vinyl available. And I'm like, look away, don't go. And it never happens. And you know what happens when you have so much access to this? Well, you end up like this. And this is one of my struggles. I have 5 copies of this. Are you serious? I was from the big chair, but there is one copy here. So these are the classic, and then this one here that I don't know if anybody else has it. You should let me know. This is the gatefold from this, and it has a book inside, which is incredible with all these amazing pictures of the guys from Tears for Fears from back then. And I've never ever seen this gatefold anywhere else but in my house. So I'm pretty happy about that. Moving on. So that was the struggle, my struggle. Too much access. You, not enough access. Me, too much access. And I end up having multiple copies and too much vinyl in the lounge. Name a grail or a sought-out album that you would like to get for 2025. So I'll name two artists that I just have problems finding. One of them is and then I'm telling you, thank you again, Anthony, for this incense. It smells so good. So, one album that I have not yet to see, I found one, I think, and they were selling it for $200. I said, okay, yeah, I'm not that crazy, is Warrant, Cherry Pie, Hair Metal Days. When I was in Florida, I ended up in the same club seeing almost like a private show, because back in the days, they were big, but not that big. And I really like these guys, and obviously I loved Bobby Brown in that video. I had a huge crush on her. She never answered any of my messages, emails, or whatever I sent her. But Warrant, Cherry Pie. But one that I want also to get, an artist that I'm going to try to get a few albums of, is SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And one of the albums I want is obviously the Greatest Hits. I think it's from 1982, if I'm not mistaken. It is, you get all the best of Stevie Ray Vaughan, but there's also Texas Flood, which is a great album. When I get on my Harley in the summer, I do have a few albums on cassette. I pop it in, get on the highway, and this is my meditation right there. So Stevie Ray Vaughan and Warrant would be my grails. Show an album that people would be surprised that you own. You might not be surprised, because I own a bit like a few of you guys, from classical to punk music now, a lot of it, heavy metal to polka. I have everything, and I kind of enjoy everything. With age, you kind of develop and like all types of music, way more than when you were a teenager, because now you don't have to be that cool. Now you can just enjoy it. Well, there is this here. If I don't know, you probably have the soundtrack of Star Wars at home. I have 3 copies. Some are better than the other, and I really appreciate it. 20th Century Records, which is pretty cool. And another one, just for fun on the side, is Spaceballs. I don't know if you have Spaceballs. If you don't have this, go stream it or put it on the table today. I did not long ago, actually, too long ago, about a month and a half ago, but I'm going to do it again with the kids, and I'm actually going to watch the movie. It is so freaking funny. So Star Wars and Spaceballs, I do have that in my collection. What are you? Oh, you know what? I hesitate. I was going to show you these, but hey, do you have these? Maybe not. I have them. Sesame Street. Why not? Classics. Let's go. And then that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Where am I? I'm losing track. And then shout out to a non-related VC channel that you like on the tube. Well, there's a few, you know. I started playing harp. I could have posted a channel about harmonica. I'm learning harp, but this is not the channel I want to shout out. It's a channel that the one that I'm shouting out does not need followers. It's just very, very interesting for all of you vintage audio freaks out there. It's called Skylabs Audio. It's one of the first channels I followed because as I'm collecting, you know, all my systems are all vintage. Vintage Pioneer upstairs, downstairs, my 8-track, my reel-to-reel, all this stuff. And you get a lot of information. And I remember Kevin had answered my question. So Kevin and his reviews about, and his detailed, interesting reviews on vintage audio. Skylabs Audio, I will be putting the link below. And that's it for me. That's it for my contest entry. 15 minutes. Not so bad. So, hey, Daryl, happy 1-year anniversary. And by the way, Daryl, there's no way in hell I'm taking whatever CD, blah, blah, you're giving away. I want you buck naked, head first, in that pile of snow with a polar bear chasing you behind. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to ask for. And if I win, you better come through, brother. You better come through. Peace.